So hang on a second. That's going to be happening too. Start my video here. Okay, here we are. So thank you for joining me for this very spontaneous session on 5 surprising ways to get your chi flowing. Look at this. I don't even think I have the right camera. Yeah, okay, I actually do. All right, I'll just move over so I look more centered. There we go. That's how spontaneous this event was. I just decided a few days ago to do it. And also yesterday I decided the time. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me just see. I don't think I got the Facebook working yet. Oh yes, here we go. So let me get that going. So I was hoping to have this set so you wouldn't see me looking at my computer, but oh well, this is it. Okay, here we go. So we'll hopefully be getting onto Facebook soon. And while I'm waiting for that to load up, just want to scroll through. Wow, someone from London, Cherry, Rahima. Great to see you guys all here. So I had a slide up just earlier, which was saying I'm going to be broadcasting live on Facebook. So if you actually turn on your camera, it's possible that other people will see you. So if you're not comfortable with that, don't turn on your camera. And the way to make sure your camera is off, this is for the people who are joining on the Zoom webinar. So welcome everyone. I'm going to be on, oh wait, hang on, here we go. Now we started Facebook Live. Yeah, this is my first time on Facebook Live. So hi everyone on Facebook, hi everyone joining on the Zoom webinar, and welcome to 5 surprising ways to get your chi flowing. So as I was saying to the people on the Zoom webinar, because I'm broadcasting this live on Facebook, if you do not want your video to be shown across Facebook, and we all know how much we want to manage our privacy on Facebook, right? Just make sure that the icon on the bottom left corner, if you're joining by the webinar on Zoom, has a red slash through it. So also keep your mics off too, red slash, that way everybody won't hear all of the background noise. So as long as there's a red line going through the mic and the camera in the bottom left corner, then all is good. I will be opening up if you guys want to share too. But right now we're going to talk about 5 surprising ways to get your chi flowing. So thank you so much for joining me for this spontaneous event. It's so spontaneous. Here we go. I wrote the outline just this morning over breakfast. And it's a little weird because there's like a delay on Facebook. So it's like a 20-second delay. So it's kind of like I'm talking and I'm watching a mirror of myself 20 seconds behind. So a little weird. So I'll try to just ignore that. Let me see if there's anyone joining on Facebook. No, not right now, because it's like my first time doing it. But thank you everyone who is here on the Zoom webinar. Maybe this is your preference. All right, so let's just dive right in. And one thing I want to mention too is to remind you guys, if you had a chance, please have some paper, markers or pencil crayons. So if you want, you can go do that right now. You're not going to miss anything. I'll just chat a little bit longer. So I have my stuff here. I've got my markers, I've got my pencil crayons, which were a gift from one of my students. So wonderful to have all these colors available to me. And let's see, I've got somebody just checking the chat here. Woo, we got someone from Netherlands too, and from the UK. It's somebody saying they don't see the speaker video icons in the bottom left like she usually does. Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe it's because this is on webinar. Oftentimes I do Zoom meeting. This is actually my first time doing Zoom webinar too. So some of the controls are a little bit different for me, but it's pretty much the same. So if you don't see the video or mic, then I guess then, yeah, you're definitely not visible and we can't hear any background noise, so that works out well. And then when I get to the point where hopefully I can open it up to have you guys participate, well, I'll figure out how to do it then. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is that I have been increasingly getting the message from my inner guidance to be the embodiment of what I want to teach. So a lot about chi flowing is about letting go of control and just going with the flow, right? So it makes sense that if you want your chi, your life force energy in your body to be flowing, you also must be like going with the flow in life. So I purposely did not plan as much as I normally do for like teaching a webinar or teaching a course, because I wanted this to be spontaneous, to show you that sometimes when you plan things out, you limit what can happen and what can come forth. So this is all about spontaneity and creating with you as well. So what I'm going to do actually is share with you the first surprisingly fun way to get your chi flying. So before we do though, I want you to kind of go inside for a moment. Just pay attention to what is going on in your body right now. So everyone just be still for a moment and tune in. Where are you feeling tension? Is there any tightness? Oftentimes people feel it like in their neck, in their shoulders. You might want to just roll that out a bit. People often have tightness in their throats and not be aware of it, in their jaw, in their face, their eyes, their forehead, back of the head, stomach. Very, very common areas to feel tension. But because what can happen is we get used to this level of tension, we're not even aware of it. So I just want you to tune into your body, maybe even close your eyes, take a breath, and be aware. So this is our starting point right now of what you're feeling, where you may be noticing tension. I mean, even myself too, just because this is all new with the Facebook Live and the Zoom webinar instead of the Zoom meeting, there's a little bit of tension within me. And just to be aware of that right now. We don't have to let it go right now, just to be aware of it. And now, oops, somebody was just saying that they can press the space bar to mute and unmute. Okay, awesome. So that's good to know. So yes, when we have that time to share, do that. Actually, I'm going to ask you guys a question, because we're going to do what I think is probably one of the, quote unquote, hardest, most fun ways to get your chi flowing. It's hard because people have a lot of judgment over this particular way of getting your chi flowing. And it's a really powerful way to get the chi flowing in your body, but also through the neck and throat, because this is a very important area. This is kind of like, for many people, a bottleneck, because what happens is, like, if we are, as a child, you learn to keep quiet, you learn to not express your emotions. That's very common, especially with men, to kind of don't cry, don't be a sissy. And so you hold back on that stuff. So oftentimes a lot of men, the emotions that they see that are, quote unquote, allowable or permissible is anger. So that's what comes out, but everything else, it's kind of held inside, not, because you can't show any quote unquote weakness. Now, women, on the other hand, it's kind of almost like the opposite. Like, you can't be angry, you cannot express displeasure or unhappiness about something. So all of that then gets shoved down too. And what happens is, over time, since you were a young girl or a young boy, it creates this energy constriction in your throat. So you want to get that flowing, because when the chi, this life force energy in your body that flows through these pathways that are like the circulatory system for blood, if that is not flowing through your body, then that's where problems can arise. And I'm going to talk a bit more about that in just a second, but we're going to do the quote unquote hardest one, which is also a really fun way to get your chi flowing. So guess what it is? Can anyone guess what it is? Let's see if we have anybody who can guess what it is. Go ahead and type in the chat, or if you're on Facebook, go ahead and type in what you think might be one of the most fun ways to get your chi flowing, but also one of the hardest ways for people. Yes, we got it. First person, thank you, Maria Elena. Sing, yes. Mary, very close to. Scream, yes. Laugh, Heidi saying sing. Yeah, tongue out. singing and toning, be silly and make a sound. Yes, you guys have got it. So I'll start. All right, I just stuck my tongue out. You guys who know Chinese medicine can look at my tongue and go, ah, she has spleen qi deficiency. You're correct there. Just something that I've carried forth through childhood, but I managed with my Chinese reflexology and being spontaneous and getting my qi flowing. So singing, yes, singing, making a sound is one of the things that people find really, really hard to do. And chanting is also difficult, but chanting, we can be more serious about it. We can kind of go, okay, this is me connecting with my or so yeah, it definitely gets the chi flowing, but there's still sometimes a little bit of being in your head when you're chanting. So maybe not for everyone, but I know like when you're first starting, you start in your head. And actually same thing with singing too. So what I'd like to do is ask who can name a popular song, something that most people would have heard of, you know, something other than Happy Birthday, but something as common as Happy Birthday. Happy Birthday, Happy Birthday. And I'm going to lead the way because we're going to get this one out of the way first, okay? And then we'll move on to some of the other ones. But this is probably going to be the hardest one for most people. I remember reading that the fear of public speaking was like one of the top phobias for people, and oftentimes, you know, singing in public or just singing out loud, that goes right up. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we got some suggestions here. Supercalifragilistic, that's a good one, but You Are My Sunshine, that is a good one, if you're happy and you know it. Singing in the Rain, My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, and Zippity Doo-Dah, It's a Small. Okay, sounds good. Let's go with You Are My Sunshine is right now. I don't even know all the words to this. I'm gonna go through a few of these. So guys, let's start with You Are My Sunshine. So everyone, I don't know if you're surrounded by people or if you're by yourself, let's start with You Are My Sunshine. This is actually something I sing to my cat. Hang on. I'll just get a sip of water, except I sing purr shine because he's like a little purring cat. So let's get started. Yeah, this is like ripping off the Band-Aid for me too, okay? I don't even have, you know, how people have the little thing. No. All right, 1, 2, 3. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. And I can even feel myself too, feeling tense because I've never sung live on Facebook or in a webinar like this. But hey, let's go through it, okay? If you don't know the words, make it up. You make me happy when skies are blue. You never know how much I love you. And then I sing, You're my shiny little fur, because I call my cat Fur sometimes because his name is Furball. Oh, great. We've got somebody posted the lyrics. Wow. Oh my gosh, there's so many words to this. Okay, if you guys can read it in the chat, I'll just go along. You guys can hum if you're not comfortable with singing. And then hopefully by the end of this, I'll get over my own stuff in my head and we'll all be singing this together like kumbaya, like camp with kids, you know, kids aren't worried about singing. All right, let us channel our inner child. Imagine we're around a campfire and we're all singing together. All right, so let's start with You Are My Sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know how. You can tell right there, I got into my head, right? How much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. All right, one more time. All right, everybody, bring your awareness to your belly, like about 3 finger widths below your belly button. Might want to place your hands there. I want you to focus on that area as you're singing to feel like the breath going down into your body. So let's do You Are My Sunshine again. Take a deep breath. Let out a sigh. Nobody is watching you. Well, everybody's watching me, okay? So don't worry about it. Here comes my cat too. Let me see if I can get him here. Furball. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hello. Can I pretend I'm singing to you? Yes. Okay. I'm not going to lift him up because maybe he'll sing along. One time I lifted him up for a webinar and then he didn't like hanging in the air and he scratched me and knocked the camera over and everything. Okay, let's go. Hands on your belly. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. If you feel like it, sing louder. You make me happy. Awareness to your belly. When skies are blue or gray, you never know how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Woo! Okay, I'm glad everybody's been singing along. Oh, somebody can't see the words. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's do one more song. How about If You're Happy and You Know It? That's a good one too. Because then we get to clap our hands and that'll segue into one of the other ways to get your chi flowing, okay? So basically, it's if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I'll clap mine far away because it'll be too loud from the mic. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Let's do one more round. Notice how my body starts to naturally move when I get out of my head. I want you to do too. Think about moving around as you're singing this. This is like totally a campfire song, so it'll really get you back into that connected to that inner child. All right, let's go. 1, 2, and 3. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Woo! Great job, everyone. So that brings me to another way to get your chi flowing, which is movement of your body. So a fun way to do this would be to go to YouTube, go find some music that you loved listening to when you were a kid or a teenager. You know, that music you'd like air guitar to or rock out to or bop around the room to. Find one of those videos and do that today. Now, the thing about getting your chi flowing, so I wanted to explain, like, sometimes people think, okay, I'm going to go and work out and do this exercise, this aerobics class, or go to the gym or go for a run, and I've got my exercise in for the day and I'm good, right? But you might have heard about the studies saying how people who sit at a desk all day have higher health risks. There were things like even, higher risk of heart attack. I forget all the other ones, but there was a lot of serious health risks. And they were saying too, based on their studies, that even if a person exercised, they were still at a higher health risk from sitting at a desk all day for 8 hours straight. And the reason why now is with your chi. So let me explain about this. So we have this energy flowing through our bodies that follows these meridians, and this chi helps propel the physical elements in our body. So things like blood, things like lymph, the air, the food we eat, all of this is through this movement of chi. When we are sitting, notice how like you tend to feel a little bit colder, you feel it's like you're not moving. And when you're physically moving, you're getting your chi flowing. So it's kind of like it's symbiotic, where chi helps your body move and your body moving helps your chi flow too. Now, the thing is that if you're sitting at a desk all day and then you go exercise, like, you go all out and you go, okay, I got my chi flowing, it's not enough. Now, the reason why is I'm going to make a few comparisons. Anything related to your body with, let's say, for example, food. So actually one of my favorite foods is broccoli, believe it or not. And the thing is though, can you eat a year's worth of broccoli and still get the benefit from broccoli? No, you can't eat 15 crowns of broccoli all in one sitting. That's not how your body works. Same thing, sunshine. Now we know we don't want to get too much sun, but we know that our body does need some sunshine to produce like it needs the vitamin D. So does that mean you lie out on the beach for 20, say, you know, a week straight in the bright sun, and then you got all your sunshine for the year? And yeah, the body does store some vitamin D. So maybe that wasn't the best example, but the point is that you don't do it all at once. It's better to have some sunshine throughout the year. Another example, air. Can you get a year's worth of oxygen all in 1 hour? No, you can't. So the same thing with the flow of qi. Can you get like a week's worth of qi flow all crammed into one exercise session? No, you cannot, because your body's not designed to work that way. So it's kind of like being on a boat where you could like take the oar and be rowing, 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 rowing to get somewhere. But then as soon as you stop rowing, the boat is going to have a little bit of momentum, but then it's going to stop and it's just going to start drifting aimlessly. The way to get to where you want to go is you want to take that oar and dip it in the water periodically. So same thing with getting your qi flowing. So these things that I'm going to be showing you and that we're going to be doing, this is great for this hour, but remember, you need to add more of this into your everyday life to get things flowing. So let me check my impromptu outline of what I wanted to talk about, make sure I covered everything. Yes, I'm going to explain why qi flow is so important. So it's not just that it helps to move stuff in your physical body, but when qi is flowing as it should, your body is in a state of balance. It's easier for it to heal itself because this qi is what, you know, is tied in with the elements of your body, the physical elements, to get everything moving. So let's be crass here. We all sang together, so I can talk about poo. If your poo is not flowing, that's going to be uncomfortable after a few days, right? If you hold your breath and your breath is not flowing, maybe I should have used that example. I wouldn't have to talk about poo, right? But the point is you can't just hold your breath. Like, go ahead, try that, right? I'm going to stop now because, you know, it has to flow. And when qi is not flowing, it can actually cause problems in the body. So for example, what I was talking about earlier about that throat and wanting to get that energy flowing through there. And just let's take one pause. Everyone, check in with your body and notice, do you feel a little more circulation going after all that singing we did? Just a little bit more looseness in the throat after the singing. It's like a little bit of that letting go and more in the flow. So it's an illustration how much, when you look at how you're feeling now to how you're feeling before, just even that little, you know, ratcheting the knob up, more tension you had at the beginning, we kind of turned it down a little bit. There's less tension, there's more flow. And just know that we're going to keep turning that dial. But when the qi is not flowing, it can cause problems. So there's like a saying in Chinese medicine that like basically wherever the qi is stagnated, when qi is stagnant, there's pain. And when qi is flowing, there's not pain. So when this area in here is constricted, what can happen is you can have either not enough qi energy flowing to the head, or the qi can go up to your head and stay up in your head. And that is a source of pain, why people get headaches and migraines, because there's this too much energy congestion. It's not flowing smoothly through the body. So that's one example. Another example, like I mentioned, how qi helps move the blood through the body. So if somebody has an issue with circulation, so it could be anything from like as serious as a heart attack, or if somebody gets like cold hands and feet, it means that the qi is not flowing as much as it can or should be. So when the qi is flowing, it helps with the circulation too, and that's what helps you, you know, the blood flow, helps you feel warmer, helps you feel more relaxed. Another example would be the lymph, which is this, I know a lot of people are not as familiar with the lymphatic system. So in your body, you have a lymphatic system, which is very similar to the circulatory system for blood, only it circulates lymph. And lymph is this fluid that helps clear cellular waste products from your body, and also helps so it deliver like antibodies and stuff. So you know how like your body, you have a lot of veins and arteries and capillaries, but it doesn't cover every part of your body. So that's where the lymphatic system can come in, because through the lymph fluid, it can reach a lot of these tissues as well that are not reached through the blood and circulatory system. Now, the lymph helps our bodies detox, but the only way that lymph can be moved through our body is by movement. So again, the qi helps the body move, helps the lymph flow, but the movement of the body helps the lymph flow and the qi flow. Again, why sitting at a desk for 8 hours straight is not a good idea. So I am actually just going to check and see if we got anything here in the chat box. Okay, just people, somebody just asked, will there be a replay link? Yeah, it's being recorded on Facebook Live, so you can watch it there, and I'll be sending out a replay link as well. But let us move our bodies. So this is another way now, structured, methodical movement. Yes, it helps the body. So things like Tai Chi or Qigong or martial arts, but or even exercise like running, but there's not the same freedom. If you, like my son, for example, he is 8 years old, and he's just doing this all the time. He'll sit at the breakfast table and be going like this, cha, cha. He'll be sitting on the toilet, and I'll hear him making his little sounds, cha, cha, you know, and woo. And there's like a freedom, a spontaneity to that movement that moves you in a way that's different, that gets your qi flowing in a way that is fun and relaxing. And notice while I was doing it, I was like smiling. And I hope too, like that's another way to get your qi flowing, as somebody had identified, is laughter. So I hope some of you had a good laugh over my singing or your own singing. It's good to be able to laugh at yourself. And that gets the qi flowing as well. Well, let's see what else I wanted to cover here. You know what could get everything flowing? And we could do, oh, thanks, from Jerry, who says that you are so much fun and funny. Oh, thanks. Let's do the hokey pokey. So that gets the singing, it gets the movement, and it also gets the laughter, hopefully. So let's see, how does that go again? Let's do the hokey pokey. You know what? I can't remember the hokey pokey. Oh, yeah. Put your right hand in, put your right hand out, put your right hand in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey. Okay, I'm gonna get up. I've got a wire attached to me, but I want you guys to get up too. See how easy it is? Look, I'm doing a live webinar, and I'm going to get up, and just, I can't turn around though, the wire is gonna get caught. So you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about. That's what it's all about. All right, let's do one more. You put your left hand in, you take your left hand out, you put your left hand in and you shake it all about. Get up, everyone. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Woo! All right, now how are you feeling now? Tune into your body. Is there more energy? Do you feel a little more alert, a little more alive, a little bit lighter, kind of having fun? That is your qi flowing. So let's see what I want to talk about now. Okay, we're going to get into the creative aspect. So we have about 30 minutes. Oh, good, awesome. Somebody's feeling tingles. Yes, totally. That is what we want to get to without trying to get there, because it's about going with the flow. So what I'm going to show you, actually, I have a slide for it. Let me put up the slide. Where is that Zoom thing? Oh, here we go. Where'd my Zoom box go? Oh, here we go. Oh, wow, this is so weird. It's like double screen on here. Oh, and somebody raised their hands too. Okay, let me put the slide up first so people can go get their pencil crayons and their markers. And oh, I don't even know if I can share. Oh, there we go. Share screen. Here we go. Da, da, da. Oh, let me turn off the video too because it does some weird. Oh no, split. Whatever. It is what it's going to be. All right. Okay. So let me move my slide forward. There we go. All right. If you go to this URL, ChineseFootReflexology.com/color, there is a free coloring sheet for you guys to download. It's part of my Dragon Spirit Coloring Club, which I am impromptu telling everyone about today. So it's not as polished as it would be, but I just want to get it out there. So you can download this coloring sheet. Oh, shoot, you guys, I should have got you guys to do this beforehand because then you're going to have to print it out. Okay. Or get yourself some paper. You can go get the coloring sheet later. Let me just show you what it is. So just get some blank paper, get any markers or pencil crayons. You can get the coloring sheet later, but I'll show you what it looks like. Let me see if I can find it here. Got all these piles of stuff. Here we go. All right, so you can go and grab this when you get a chance at ChineseFootReflexology.com/color. And I'm gonna stop this slide thing here so I can get back to it. Hi everyone. So you can get this at ChineseFootReflexology.com/color. But I should have told you guys beforehand. So much for the spontaneous thing and making it all work, but that's totally okay and cool. Just have some paper. If you don't even have pencil crayons, get a pencil, get a marker, whatever you have, because creativity gets your chi flowing. And while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna go take a peek at this Q&A. Oh, just a couple people saying hello. So, oh, cool. Hello, Ingrid from Belgium, and hello, Kate in Minnesota. It's so awesome to have all these people from around the world joining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share more about the coloring set, but not like a, sales pitchy way, because I'm not really into that kind of thing. But I just want to share with you my creative process. Again, it's about embodying or being an example of things that I'm teaching to you. So one of the things, like I was talking about the throat being this kind of like bottleneck for people, is people are afraid to be vulnerable, like to share. And for me right now, I can't think of anything more vulnerable than telling you this story. When I was a kid, I was really into art. Always loved doing like crafts and coloring. Let me just get a sip of water. Probably my throat's, subconsciously seizing up as I'm talking about this. And I actually wanted to pursue an art degree. And my mom, though, obviously I'm Chinese and I was born in Canada, there's a lot of emphasis on academics, let's just say. And the idea of being an artist is not really something that is encouraged. So my mom actually told me when I was 6 years old that I wanted to be, she told me what I wanted to be, which was a lawyer. And I didn't even know what a lawyer was, but I was just parroting my mom. I said I wanted to be a lawyer. So in school, like in first grade, the teacher asked what people wanted to be. We had to write it down. I said I wanted to be an L-O-Y-E-R. And when the teacher said, this is how you spell it, L-A-W-Y-E-R, I was like, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't look like the word lawyer. I didn't even know what it was. But eventually, I kind of came to my senses. I wanted to go to art school. But my mom would say to me, art is a hobby. Your cousin, he's great at art, but it's a hobby. He's studying computers. So it kind of, got in my head that I could not be an artist because I had to do something practical. So I've carried that through with me for decades. Always kind of on that subconscious level, there's this belief that I cannot do art to, you know, make a living. It's like, you got to do something practical, right? And it's something, you know, that my mom said to me as a young girl, and it's sort of, I've internalized it. So think about all the ways that your own creativity may have been stifled. So I know I've heard stories from people telling me how all it takes is one little kid saying what's on their mind, like that doesn't look like a house, and that could devastate someone's creativity. Or one attempt at drawing something and judging it and saying, oh, that's no good, and that stifles your creativity. So where are those voices inside? Are they your parents? Are they friends? Or are they from childhood? Is it yourself? That is stifling your creativity, because anything that is being stifled is stifling the flow of chi. Chi is life force energy. So think about that. Life force is about creation, creativity. You ever notice, if you look at all of these famous artists like Picasso, Georgia O'Keeffe, Ansel Adams. We were just at Yosemite on the weekend, and there was like a gallery of some of his amazing photography. But all of these people lived into a very ripe old age, like into their 90s or their 80s. And this was in the time, you know, several decades ago, when people had shorter lifespans. You ever wonder why that is? And my theory is because they're in this energy of creation. They're drawing this life force to themselves and through themselves, and recharging and replenishing their own life force through this creative activity. So I hope you guys have your paper and your pencil crayons, and oops, let's see, we got, uh-oh, somebody said they can't get to the page color. It says, whoops, page not found. All right, I am just going to fix that because I have a feeling I might not have published the page. Sorry, guys. So I'll keep talking while I'm doing that. Where would that be? Ah, yes. So thanks for bearing with me. Yeah, you know what? Let me finish telling the story. So I have all of this, like, kind of mental, it's like subconscious. I'm conscious of it, but it's one thing to be conscious of what your subconscious blocks are, and it's another thing to clear those blocks. And one of the best ways to actually clear it is to just plow through it. Like sometimes we think, okay, if I'm afraid of public speaking, then what I'll do is, you know, I'll kind of build up my confidence and stuff, and then I will, what happened to that page? Oh, here it is. Okay. Now, you know what? I think I lost it. Shoot. Oh, somebody found where you can download it. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Richard, for posting that. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that page. I can actually add it very quickly. Oh, it would be under published. No, shoot. Okay, I'm just going to add this page right now. Okay, so I'm going to continue with my story while I'm multitasking. So we have these subconscious blocks, and it's one thing to say, yeah, I want to clear it. But like as I was saying, sometimes it's just about going and doing it. So like with the public speaking, if you're afraid of public speaking, you can't practice. You can practice in front of the mirror, but the way you're going to get over that block in yourself is to just go out and start speaking. All right, let me add this link here. This is almost done now. Thanks, guys. Oh, wait, I think I found it. Hang on, hang on. Okay, this is exciting. Well, not exciting for you to watch me typing. Oh, you know the problem? I did not give it the right name. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, we are almost set here. Woohoo, okay, update. Yeah, woohoo. Oh, what? It says colored 2. Okay. All right, we're going to change it to colors. So not color, but colors. Because there's some other page that I got to find, and that's too much work to do right now. Colors. Okay, yeah, that page is up live now. Woohoo, awesome. So you can go to ChineseFootReflexology.com/colors. Oh, awesome, I have a message here. Oh, somebody was able to find it by typing color in the search box, but I've put this page colors up now so you can find it there. Nancy's just saying, this is so enjoyable to watch spontaneity, inspires me to go through my own fears blocks. Got it. Woohoo! Awesome. That's the whole thing. Get your chi flowing. Okay, so I am still in the middle of the story about my mom. Let me get my Zoom up. Where did my Zoom go? Ah. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So I had this idea a while back to create coloring sheets with reflexology points on them. I thought, oh my gosh, what a cool idea. And this is when that whole adult coloring book thing was suddenly, catching on. I thought, nobody's doing reflexology coloring sheets. Why don't I do it? I'm like, okay, I don't know how to draw a coloring sheet. I've never drawn a coloring sheet before. So I'm going to show you my first attempt here. Luckily, I had a really good teacher. You know who it was? It was my son, my 8-year-old son, who's probably about 6 at that time. That's how long I've been thinking about this idea. So I clearly have a conscious block about this, which is why me doing this and deciding to just launch it out there so haphazardly spontaneous is actually really good for me. So thank you guys for being a part of this opportunity for me. So this is my first attempt. My son was really into drawing airplanes at the time, so I thought, okay, I'll just draw a kind of crappy airplane. Let me draw a flower and color it in and make some doodles and see what it's like. And that was my first attempt at drawing coloring sheet. And then, of course, I looked at some other coloring books to get ideas. And then I thought, what would be the best point to show people, which would be the kidney point, which I talked about in the free online lesson, which was lesson 1. So most of the people here are joining through the free online course that I'm offering right now on how to heal yourself with Chinese reflexology. If you have not signed up, you can go to, there was that other URL in the slide. Let's see, let me pull it up here. Here we go. This one is working, which is ChineseFootReflexology.com/2018 heal yourself. And then you can go there and you can sign up and get the free lesson. And that's where I also talk in more detail about the kidney point. But this is a really, really important point. So I started with the kidney point. And okay, so for people who can't get the link, I just want to let you know, I will send out an email with that later. So this is my beginning of my coloring sheet for the kidney. And what I do is I'm comfortable using like Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. It's because I do all the graphics on my website and stuff. I used to work in high tech. Anyhow, what I did was I started out just kind of doing a rough layout, and I knew I wanted to do flowers. So I just kind of put circles where I wanted to put the flowers. And then I didn't have much experience with drawing flowers, let's just call it 0. So I just started like doodling in pencil. And then what I would do is I would take a sheet of paper. Let's see if I can show you the actual original here. Where is it? Yes, here it is. And then I would actually hold that up over the other one so I could erase the other one. It was all pencil. But this one I did in ink. I would put this on top of that sheet and then just kind of trace it or follow along or reproduce it. And that's how I came up with this one. So this is actually, I had to fold it because it's a little bit, the sheets I have are a little bit bigger than an 8.5 by 11. And this was my first coloring sheet. And then I just started drawing some more, and let's see, I can show you some of the finished things here. What do we have? Oh yeah, I got a book on Zentangling, and I was learning how to do that. And so I did, you know, Zentangle foot chart, right? That's perfect. Another Zentangle foot chart. And what else do we have here? Oh, there's my foot. Oh, okay. And then you saw that dragon. Now, I have never drawn a dragon before either. So, oh, I see somebody's raised their hand, so we'll get to that in just a second. But I just wanted to show you too, like this dragon, it's not like I knew how to draw a dragon, okay? And remember, I told you I was into art when I was a kid. I have done very, very, very little art since then because I think part of it has to do with the subconscious block. So this pencil crayons here, this is actually from when I was like a teenager. And you can see I've hardly used them. If they're even sharpened as much as they are, it's because my son's been using them. So this creativity, this opportunity to start drawing has been really wonderful, because when you start drawing and doodling and, oops, somebody said, can you swap the screen in the top? Okay, yeah, let me, oh, I see, yeah, you guys are all seeing everything really small. Oops. Okay, here we go. Let me show you again then. I had my, this is like a printed version of the kidney one where I just laid it out in Photoshop and then I started doodling in pencil. Where's the circle one? Oh yes, here it is. This is the rough one. So just kind of go with, like, for you guys too, like with your creativity, maybe it feels rusty, just go with what you're comfortable with. So I'm comfortable with Photoshop. I just laid it out in there and then I'd start doodling in pencil, and there was so much erasing too. And then when I finally got one that I liked, I traced over it on a separate sheet of paper, which was this one, and did it in ink marker. And then I just started, you know, what kind of ideas did I have? Do little rough doodles and just keep going with it. So the one I wanted to show you though was the dragon, which I showed you guys earlier. Where's that dragon? Like, I did not know how to draw a Chinese dragon at all. And it looked really complicated to me. And you know how I worked through that? So this is something, again, I want to show you guys. Let me just get my sketchbook here. So I hope you guys are, you know, feel free to doodle too while I'm talking, or color. Here we go. See these here? That's an eyeball, because I figured a Chinese dragon, it looks so complicated. Let me just start with a little thing. And the smallest thing that I could identify that I figured I could draw was an eyeball. So I started practicing drawing eyeballs, and then from eyeballs, I think I, you know, started adding stuff. And this was like my first one here. It's like totally messed up. It's actually kind of like a Picasso dragon. And then, you know, just going with it. And then eventually that's how I got to that dragon that I just showed you there. But again, like if your creative skills are kind of rusty, sorry, I'm just trying to find somewhere to put this. I'll just drop it on the floor. Hopefully the cat won't sit on it. Just start small. Start with some simple things, like you might not think you can Zentangle. I couldn't Zentangle before, but just starting those little patterns, little drawings, it starts to loosen things up. And then you start to get back more into that flow, and you can start to release some of those self-judgments and fears. Like I've finally gotten to the point now where I'm finally telling everybody about this coloring set, which is actually being ready since last fall. And I didn't tell anybody about it, okay? So the irony now, here's where the story comes full circle, okay? So my mom telling me not to, you know, go into computers, do something practical. Art is a hobby, doesn't pay for food, doesn't put food on the table. And I send these drawings to my mom, and she's like, oh, this is such a good idea. These are wonderful. You have to get those out there. So my mom, the original source of where my self-judgment and block came from, my mom was telling me to get my coloring sheets out. And the irony was that you know, she was the one that, you know, if you want to blame, quote unquote, blame someone, that's where the source was. But it wasn't her, because she was telling me to get it out there. It was myself. So if there's any judgment or block, it is within yourself. And the way to move past that is to just start doing it. So that's what this session is about, is to just start doing that. So go ahead and start drawing. I'm just going to start coloring now. Let's see, which random picture will I pick? And I want to make this a more regular thing where we can just get together, have fun, get your chi flowing, and do creative stuff. And it'd be wonderful once I figure out the Zoom settings a bit better, where we can share our work with each other. Oh, here's one that I can start coloring. I wanted to color. This was also one of in my coloring set. It's like this butterfly. Can you spot, oh, by the way, I like reuse paper, so you might see this on the back. But anyway, it might be showing through. Can you spot the feet in this picture? This is also on my Facebook header image, so you can look. There's a pair of feet in there. So go ahead and start doodling right now. I'm just going to clear off some space on my desk. And while I'm coloring, I'm going to answer questions too. So if you have questions, you can type them in the chat box. You know, I'd love to be able to turn on the mic and stuff, but for other people, but I think I might not have had the right setting when I set up the meeting, because this is my first time doing a webinar instead of just a Zoom meeting. So if you want to comment, you can type in the chat box. And there was somehow, oh, I know, there's a way to look at people's hands up. Let me go do that right now. Where's that? There's like manage participants. Oh, here we go. All right. Okay, so 2 people have their hands up. All right. Mary, did you have a question? All right, do you want to add a comment? I'm going to be coloring while I'm talking with you guys, and I'll check Facebook too for those of you who are on Facebook Live. Mary, I have your mic unmuted if you want to. Oh, it looks like you might not have a mic. Oh, okay. Oh, I have you on unmute. It's not working. Sorry. Okay, let's see. We have April here. April is, oh, April's using an older version of Zoom and I have to promote you to a panelist. Sure, I'll do that. April? Hi, April, your video's off, so, but if you want to talk, you can just click that. Should be able to unmute yourself. Let me do that for you. Hi, April. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, who's that in the background? Hi. Do you have a question or a comment?
No, I'm just really enjoying all the stuff that you give to us for free. You are just so amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, thanks for your comment. It's so nice to be able to hear from people. I love this opportunity to connect with people. And who's that?
This is Buddy.
Oh, Buddy. And actually, my cat just got up now. Something fell in the other room. Okay. All right. Well, hi, April, and hi, Buddy.
I do have a question.
Sure.
Your online course that you're giving in the fall.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how much the price of that is?
Yeah, so there's like a 6-week course that I'm teaching in the spring, and then there's the 6-month in the fall. So the 6-week is $6.95, and then the 6-month course is $24.95. So that's not $6.95, but $695. But actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because what I want to explain is too, like if people are interested in the 6-month course where you learn how to practice with the Chinese reflexology stick, I actually recommend signing up for the spring course, which I'm going to be opening registration in like about a week and a half or so, because the price is actually lower to join in the spring and get both courses than to join in the fall, because I offer like a special discount to students who enroll in the 6-week program. The reason I do that is because I know who you are as a student by that point, and also there's it's like practicing with the gentle method, using your hands and fingers helps for a few months before the fall actually helps to prepare your body for the reflexology stick better. And it also, you know, gets you in the habit of practicing regularly. So by the time the fall comes around, then you're, you know, ready to fully take advantage of, you know, everything that you can, all the benefit with the stick. Whereas if somebody starts in the fall without those few months of practicing, I find they're much more likely to experience detox symptoms. And then it's kind of like they get a bit of a setback, and I kind of have to work more closely with them in order to get them back on track. Like we have to kind of customize the routine more and dial back stuff. So it's,
Okay.
yeah, it works out better to sign up in the spring for the 6-week course and then follow through until the fall program. And then with the spring course too, like it's 6 weeks, but it's not like you have to do it all like the 6 weeks, like if you have a vacation coming up or something. It's basically a new module comes out each week, but then you can complete them at your own pace. Like I recommend 1 per week, but you have until, like, you know, the fall program starts around September. So you have that whole time in the summer to go through. You know, ideally you're not doing the last, you know, module the week before the other one, but if you're just practicing regularly and doing those points, I've designed the program too so that people are massaging the points that are most conducive for building a solid foundation so that you're ready to be practicing with the stick in the fall. So that's how that's set up. And I actually also wanted to mention too that, like, for everyone who's joining here now, to thank you guys. Like, if you're interested in learning more, I have, like, you know, my coloring set, and this is how you can, you know, magically turn $1 into $4. But don't get too excited. It's not like you have $100 and it's going to turn to 400. If you're interested in purchasing the coloring set, there'll be a link. If you go to that colors page, there's a link that says, you know, Dragon Spirit Coloring Set Volume 1, which has, like, you get, I think there's like 5 coloring sheets and 5 mini lessons with that you can access on an online learning center. And if you purchase that, which is like $24.95, if you're interested in taking the 6-week program, anybody who buys that coloring set from now until the registration, which is like, say, May, I think that's May 17th, let's say, there's like a special coupon code that you can use that will save you $100 off the Soul Fundamentals program. So that way you can get the coloring set. It's kind of like getting that for free and getting a big discount too, which I'm not going to be offering that to people who are not here on this, who are not, you know, purchasing the coloring set, because I really want you guys to remember, sometimes people, especially when they're doing their pressing their feet, they're so serious about, oh, I got to get it exactly perfectly right. And then it's almost like they tense up too much. I want, like, the coloring set is to remind you to be in the flow. Okay.
Cool, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so you're welcome. Let me see if I can answer a few more questions. Looks like I'm not doing any coloring, but I hope you guys are. Let's see. Oh, how do I put you on mute? Can you hit your space bar? I can't see you anymore. I'm like, oh wait, I'm supposed to take you off panelist. God, I don't know how to do that. Okay. Can you click your, is there like a little microphone in the bottom left?
Yes.
Okay, can you click that, please?
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. Thanks, April. All right, somebody, MB here. Let's see if this works. Talking permitted, but I don't see your mic thing. Hello? No. Okay, let's see what we got in the chat here. Oh, just some nice comments. People appreciate me. Thank you. And they're having fun. Somebody's asking, can reflexology affect bacteria? You know what? This is, oh, you know, I'll quickly answer that. I kind of wanted to leave. Okay, yeah, some people have to go now too. I probably have to go too. So I'll just take 5 minutes and just quickly address some things. So if you have questions, there's going to be a live webinar that is part of that course, which was, let me pull up that screen again. Here we go. Okay, ChineseFootReflexology.com 2018 Heal Yourself. So that's my free annual gift to readers, to give back to people who support my blog, who read my blog, who've, you know, purchased my book, all those. It's like my way to give back and to share more Chinese reflexology with people. So on the 17th of May, there's going to be a free live webinar, another Zoom thing, where I'll be doing Q&A, so we can answer questions then. Let me see what we've got going on Facebook. Has anybody got questions there? Nope, okay. That makes it easier for me, yay. Okay, let me stop the screen sharing because you guys are watching all that, my screen. So yeah, if you have some questions, join the live webinar if you can. And also the free course will often answer a lot of questions that people may have. So I'll kind of answer in a way that gives a general answer that will answer a lot of people's questions, is that, let's see, first, like about bacteria, does reflexology help with XXX? I think that is actually going to be answered with the course. And so if you have specific questions about like diseases or disorders, I'm answering them through that Heal Yourself with Chinese Reflexology course. Somebody's got a question about like their points hurting after the massage. They've been doing it for a few weeks, and I recommend to stop if your feet hurt. So yeah, if it's too much and they're hurting a lot while you're rubbing, then yeah, any sort of area like that, you want to kind of ease off. But she says, my feet hurt all the time, to massage or not to massage? Okay, well, if your feet are always hurting, then start, like, and it has nothing to do with reflexology, you can start massaging. The whole point of, is why I say to ease off if it hurts, is because sometimes people overdo it. And that's another reason why I give a big savings to people who've taken the 6-week program first, is because I I break people out of the habit of overdoing it by the end of the 6 weeks. So sometimes people have the idea that, okay, this is good for me to massage my feet, let me massage more. And that's not how it works. So it's like that example I gave before about you can't eat like 15 crowns of broccoli all at once and expect to get the same benefit. Your body just needs the time to kind of assimilate and change and go back to balance and use, you know, like the broccoli, the nutrients as they come in. So same sort of thing, like use the reflexology as it comes in. And there is a point where you could overdo it, which is why when I do these courses or teach stuff on my website or even in my book, it's all about the gentle method first. And then when you're in the 6-month program, that's when I show how to use the stick. So all of these recommendations that you see in my book or on my website or this free course, those are only for the gentle method. Those are not the times and methods for the stick. It's like totally different, because if you were to do that with the stick, it would be way, way, way too much. So remember, it's all about balance. So again, remember that analogy I gave about, or was it a metaphor, about rowing. You don't want to go, you know, go all crazy. You're just going to wear yourself out and have, like, that's what can lead to people experiencing like detox symptoms and having setbacks. It's about balance, because the other thing too is when somebody is out of balance, and I'm going to talk about this more too in lesson 3 of the free mini course, about what pulls you out of balance is that there's certain habits and things that you do, and those are what originally pull your body out of balance. So if you keep following those impulses, then it's not addressing the root of where the real imbalance is. So the imbalance is not in your body. Your body is just a reflection of some habits or thought patterns or emotions that you've been, you know, carrying with you that are obstructing the flow of qi. So you want to change those, and then that's when things can change with at the energy level too. So I know we didn't get as much time to color as I wanted to. I managed to take out my pencil crayon. You guys got to do a bit more, but I want this to be like, notice how you're feeling now. Even myself, like after connecting with you guys, after doing the hokey pokey and talking and sharing, I definitely feel more alert, more alive, more energy, and that is your chi flowing. So this is the state you want to be in. This is the state of that inner child that's just excited and happy. And that's what relaxes and allows that chi to flow smoothly and abundantly through your body. Okay, so I have to get going. I just want to say thank you everyone for joining me. I'll be sending out that link again. ChineseFootReflexology.com/colors, COLORS. I'll get color working later today too. And if you're thinking you might be interested in the 6-week or 6-month course or both, which I highly recommend doing both together, there's information on my website. If you go to ChineseFootReflexology.com/workshops, I believe it's either workshop or workshops. There's like a tab in the menu you can find there, and there's information about the courses there. And if you also about the Dragon Spirit coloring set, the mini lessons with the coloring sheets, if you wanted to purchase that. And then you get the special coupon code to save $100 off the Soul Fundamentals program, the 6-week program. Okay, so just say bye to everyone. Bye, Pat. Bye, Iris, Rahima, Anita, Diane, Manu, and I'm going to say goodbye.